Good evening, people. Good evening. This is Spirit Journey. How are you all doing today? Today is Friday. Yes, today is Friday, August 11th, 2023, and the time is now 8:31 p.m. And I live here in New York City. I've been back now to New York City since 2001. Mid-July 2001, I returned back to New York City from the beautiful island of Maui. And I've been on this, yes, as many of you know, Maui was on fire. Fire scattered all about the island. It is a pretty island. I lived there for almost 3 years. And yes, I watched the now countless number of videos on the fire. It started on the 8th. And the more I hear about about the fire, the more questions I have, and I'm a little angry right now. More questions. See, yeah, I think the cat's gonna come out the bag. And I feel like I question a lot of the things. There was an interview, live interview, live stream of the Coast Guard for Hawaii, from I think Oahu. So island right next to, 2 islands away from Maui. And they said that they had gotten a call at 5:45 p.m. the day of the fire. So this fire thing was happening early. Because the accounts that I have been hearing when with the story initially, that people were fleeing their homes around 12 at night, 12:30, 11:30 at night. But the Coast Guard is saying at 5:45, late afternoon, they got a call regarding to rescue people. And yeah, on the 9th, August 9th, when I first learned of it, the fire in Maui, there were 2 men that we interviewed, and they called for help. And they were told, jump in the water. Now they called, they had their phone. I don't know whether it was a cell phone or a landline. I guess the phones were still working at that time because they called for help. And the people that they called for, their authorities said, jump in the water. And how the person said that they said it and like in disbelief. Well, that's what they did. And it was supposedly initially 12 people. And they were all 12 were rescued. And I think later on, 5 more people were rescued. And I'm going to share you a clip of that as well. Okay, I'm going to make my point here. Let me just show you. Okay, I have to share my screen. Just take a second. Okay, let me share that. Okay. And this is the woman that's relaying the account. Make it bigger. See, these are the people, they're right off the edge. The water's rough. Look at that, it's frightening. And you can see the fire, some of the embers fly in the, yeah, see that? You see some of the embers going into the water, so it was dangerous even where they were. Let me show that again. Back up a little bit. Back up a little more. Trying to get in the beginning. This is, the water in Hawaii is very rough, and again, it's very windy this day. And the smoke is also covering the people, so it was hard to even find anybody in the water because the smoke was so thick. The helicopters from above, you couldn't see the people. Okay. They get back. Okay. So, so as you see, it's daytime at that scene with the people in the water. Now, I don't know how long they were in that water waiting to be rescued. They were told, and I would imagine that they gave a location where they were going to jump in the water. But I started thinking, I said, wait a minute, you got a call at 5:45 p.m. That's daylight, late afternoon. But there were people, most of the reports I got were people fleeing for their life around 11:30 p.m. So what happened in between 5:45 and 11 or 12? What happened? They said, okay, well, the cell phones and 911 wasn't working. But at some time it was working because that person who was ordered to jump, I should say ordered, who was instructed to jump in the water for safety until they could be rescued. That meant it was working. So no one in Lahaina called. No one called. Only those initial 12 people that were rescued, and then later on 5 other people were rescued. Nobody else, no one else had common sense to try to call or to leave. Why didn't they leave? And then at one point I heard that they had us that people couldn't leave at one point. They blocked the streets. You couldn't leave at one point. So it doesn't make sense to me. Now, if people could be rescued by, now Maui, the islands have all these boats and everything surrounding all over the island, especially in Lahaina. Why didn't they take the boats there and have people jump on the boats and flee? If those initial people that were saved, the initial 12 people that were instructed to jump into the sea in Lahaina, why weren't the other people? It would seem like, okay, the fires are coming real quick. But I would figure, okay, this is the 21st century. They don't have things to make a loud, to like a loudspeaker to say, hey, people evacuate, or ring the church bells, hey, get out. But they don't. These people didn't smell smoke, and I'm thinking, okay, your block. I would figure, hey, use the boats that are out there, Coast Guards. They have boats, and instruct the people, that are stuck, that don't have cars or vehicle. The boats. Have the people jump on the boat and had to go out into sea a little bit, and then wait to get rescued. Nothing was done for these. What I'm upset about is that nothing seemed to be done for the residences of Lahaina. Lahaina is the major tourist section on that island. That spot makes all the revenue. A major part of the revenue for that island. I mean, the people make money all over, but Lahaina, this is very well known. But somehow they don't seem to have uh, technology to let people know that there's a fire, a major fire. There's a fire, but at 5:45, people were instructed to jump into the sea and later to be rescued. So what about the rest of the people? They didn't have like maybe the fire trucks say, hey, people, please evacuate. There's nothing there. So they only rely on cell phones. Nothing else. It shows that there's a lack of preparedness. And no problem. You figure at least get goals so to evacuate. I saw video of middle-aged people just walking. This one big guy, and he just walking aimlessly in this small. I doubt that person made it. Person that was videotaped, they were in their car and driving. But it's sad. And they showed a picture of a woman on the ground, woman most likely deceased, just lying lifeless in the middle of the street. All that smoke, and this was still day. This was still light outside. It was still light outside. But you hear all these accounts of people just fleeing that house by 11:30 p.m. What happened in those 5 hours? You have a 5-hour window. 5:45, the Coast Guard was informed to rescue these people that were in the water. So what happened at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 11, 12, heard notice accounts of people that left at 12:30 in the morning, barely escaping. What happened? I think see, Hawaii wants to play a very, what they call the aloha spirit and all that. But I used to live and work in Lahaina from September 1998 to February 1999. And I would walk Front Street, that whole strip. I worked in several businesses there on Front Street. And I'm just dumbfounded. And I look at some of the live streams that they have about what happened, the fire in Maui. And some of the people are suggesting the direct energy weapons, DEW, direct energy weapons, that you could zap it and cause fires to occur simultaneously. Because it was said that there were three fires that started at the same time. How do you get three major fires to start at the same time? All things being equal. And this is the first time something like this is to happen. I mean, you have hurricane, yes, it's hurricane season. You have strong winds, but not all strong winds, result in major fires. And this was such a major one, major fire. You have over a 5-hour window period where people could have been uh, evacuated if their cell phones ain't working. Those fire trucks don't they have like those in fact, the videos that you saw, you never saw any fire trucks fighting the fire. And one person made mention. He survived the fire. He owned several properties and a gallery on Front Street. And so that's why he was there at Front Street, because he had a business and a house there. And he said that he was noticing that there was a landmark that caught on fire, the Baldwin house. And he said, here, this house is on fire. How come the firemen aren't coming to uh, uh, turn out, to uh, take out this fire? He himself mentioned that. You ask yourself, where were these firemen? You never heard. You start to wonder, where were these fire trucks? And if it was getting that out of hand, then they should have um, let the sound the alarm to have people be rescued. But it's like no one came out to get them. They didn't send out buses or whatever. They have police cars out there in Lahaina. They have those what do you call those walkie to those what do you call it, those things that have a speaker on the phone. They have the mic and they talk it, and it goes on the loudspeaker. They could have gone get early in the game and said, please evacuate. I don't swallow it. I don't swallow that this is just natural causes. I don't believe it's natural what happened. It's how everything seemed to happen, and so quickly. And the other accounts of people who actually left late in the night, like at 11:30 or 12:30 in the morning, a.m. They said things happened so quick, and they raced out of there. But why didn't they have them leave sooner? Why? It makes me angry, people. I feel very angry. I used to live right in those towns. I want to show some pictures here. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show where I used to live, and I'll show you what Maui looks like now. Let me share my screen. Take a few seconds. Okay. Okay, this place here. Um, what you're looking at now, well, um, This is the property. This I don't know if you can see my cursor, but this little structure up front is like a shack. It's I mean I didn't stay there. Back in back when I did live on this property in 1998, September 1998. This was rented out to a young lady, and but in the back, behind here, behind that little shack that with the almost looked like a garage, open to a garage, but behind that is the main house. It's on stilts, and it's on stilts, and I lived in that place. Yeah, in the back they have like a little yard actually in the back of this, and they had like a washing machine. I mean, yeah, wash your clothes. And it had thing you could hang it up to dry. It was real basic. It's a plantation home made out of wood, and the roof is like made out of this metal. So yeah, you would really roast. But and next to it is the this is a like a Buddhist thing, Buddhist church or something. Yeah, and they would. I remember when I was there, um, early morning they were preparing a meal for the one of their holidays, and when I got up, I went into the yard, and they apologized. Oh, we had to get up early to make preps. It didn't make it wasn't a big thing to me. They weren't you can hear that people cooking whatever, and I'm real cool about that. It was nice. I mean, you know if you're alive, you're gonna make some sound. You know what I mean? But a lot of things that I enjoy. Yeah, the name of this street is Louis Keeney Street. Yes, this is Louis Keeney Street, and this is I would walk this block. Let me show you around. This is where I used to live. Yeah, and this here is low ground. Yeah, this area is prone to what you call um, what do you call it? Flooding, big time. Yeah, that's the mailbox. And they used to have the garbage. Get this. They had a garbage pail right underneath the mailbox. And when I had to get a vehicle to get to my new job, they said, okay, we need your physical address. I said, well, I have a PO box. I don't want anything sent to my physical address because it's not really equipped for mail. The mail is they have a garbage pail right underneath the mail, and the mail would fall in the garbage. I can't have that. Oh, we just want your address. I said, okay, but have all correspondence sent to. And then you know what? They sent me mail there. See, they want to know yeah, I don't want to know my physical address. I just want to get my mail. But yeah, it used to be right there. But I felt safe. Okay, this picture is from Google Google Earth. Yeah, I typed in the address, but this is the actual property. So it's not the place that you see on the top right, top left of the screen. That's just by I guess like default. But I used to live right inside there. Yep, I had I rented a room in this house. It was like 450 a month. It's month to month. It's very, a lot of transits, a lot of people from the west coast of the U.S. mainland, like California, a lot of people from there. Yeah, a lot of druggies, yeah, yeah, they were stealing my food. It was hard, they were stealing my food there. Yeah, the money was so tight. Money was so tight. But outside of that, I would get up early in the morning to go to my job, and um, let me show you what else. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, this is yeah, I'm showing this because see, I don't want to forget. Uh, I I may not have lived there for many years, but the 5 months I was there, it was my home. It was my home, and it was a nice, quiet street, real quiet. This is an aerial view. Let me show you. Okay. Oh, I loved it. Yeah, this is let's move this forward. Okay, this here, Hano, Hanawa Pililani Highway. Yeah, I would take that. It was a pretty street over there. That the highway was really clean, well maintained. And I'd take that road and then go on Prison Street. Yep, take Prison Street and then yeah, then go down Waine Street. Waine, I think that means Woman Street, woman. And then I go down here, Luakini Street. That was the street. This is the. I never had a view like this before. Um, wow, this is really exciting for me to be able to share this with you. It was a nice, quiet strip, and I remember the job that I had gotten. Um, that they had they had a cook there was making fun of me because I lived. See, it's really something. So you have people who are jealous of other people. Back then I was very quiet, um, and I lived where I live. And thank God I was able to find what I found. Yeah, I didn't have my little dogs back then. It was just little old me. And I rented a room with it. I was the only female in that house. And then that little shack, this 18-year-old had just moved in. And she had two 16-year-old friends, one male, one female. And the male uh, took out a lighter and lit the wooden table on fire. I said, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I left that location on Louis Kinney Street. Yeah. And the house that I was in, okay, I hope you can see this here. Yeah, see, I want to document. See, there's going to be a time when, okay, with all these people, see, this is a Google Earth that I'm looking on, and they eventually have to update the photo. Or what you see on Google, they get new imagery after a while. And I want to at least document that what it used to look like, where I used to live. It was important to me. And I used to live, oops, sorry, the little house here be, let's see, um, oops, sorry, sorry, trying to navigate to get that, sorry about that, people. I was just clicking, somebody click on the wrong thing. Um, said trying to get it here. Where did it go? I apologize, but I'm probably looking, let me zoom in, but zoom in more. Oh, that's so clear too. Email. I think it's, how can I forget? Oh, okay, okay, I recognize that spot there. Okay. Um, see. Oh, I don't want to give them one. Oh, how can I forget now? I've tried looking. Let me go up a little bit. How can I forget? Oh, let's see. Zucchini. How could I forget now? I apologize. How could I not? It's like right here. And I know it's on this side somewhere. This is embarrassing. Where did it go now? Well, I don't see it here. I'm probably looking right at it. But yeah, I think it's around here. Boy, I don't even see the Buddhist church. It's not this one. It's not Harvest Chapel. Boy, I don't know why I'm not seeing it here. Let's see. Dentist. I think it's this one here. I think it's this. Well, either way. Oh, God. I'm probably looking. I don't know why I don't see it here. That's so weird. Well, this is this is the block that I lived on, and boy, I wish I don't know what happened here. Let me pull up. This is really weird. Yeah, it's right. Okay, okay, okay. So that this is the Buddhist place. So it should be right next to it. Yeah, Lahaina, Hango. I can't pronounce that. Okay, okay. So it's okay. That's what I thought. Okay, right here. This place right there. That's the building that I lived in. So I know I was gonna find it. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes the orientation of where something it's turns clockwise or counterclockwise, and the orientation and where things are would change. But yeah, I was right there. That's the little place. So the little shack was this structure there. Hope you can see my cursor. And then right behind that was the house. And then that's the Buddhist place. Yeah, so I was there for 5 months, and so how I would go to work. Let me show you this. Let's see. So I would take, how do I get to work now? Let's see where the shore street. Oh no, not there. Where's Fred? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm just getting my orientation. Okay, so I would take Luakini Street. I'll take it this way to Prison Street, make a left on Prison Street, and then this is the famous Front Street. See that? That's Front Street. And then like a one and then two, about 2 blocks. And then ta-da, this would be the Banyan, Lahaina Banyan Court. And this is the largest, oldest tree in Hawaii, in Maui. It's over 150 years old. And this is all one tree. It grows these shoots. But yeah, so I would get up early in the morning to go to my job, and to my left would be you would hear the birds, hundreds, or maybe even thousands, maybe even hundreds. Yeah, maybe hundreds of birds would go there, and they'll be singing early in the morning. I loved it. I loved it. And then I keep going down. We go up a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to forget people. Yeah. Wow, I didn't realize Louis King Street went this far down. Wow, that is something. I could have taken that street. But I'll go Front Street. Front Street was the main street. Wow. Okay. Keep on going. And, oh, oops, sorry. That'll be at, yeah, I worked at a restaurant. Let's see, where did it go now? Well, I don't think it's that far down. Let's see. Well, I don't think it's that far. Where did it go now? Oh, oh, cheeseburger in paradise. Oh, wow, the Fleetwood. Yeah, all this is gone now. Oh, well, I would, okay, that's Baldwin. Oh, what's that address now? Okay, I know. I'll just type in the address. Type it in. It's 888. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's this one here. We put, oh, what's that name? Yeah, this is where I worked. Yeah, the business closed down at this location, but I used to work there, so I would go. Okay, so the marker is there. Yeah, this is the building, and it was fun working there. I learned a lot there. Yeah, and I also worked in this one too. This building here, around this area. Yeah, it was like a block away. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm reminiscing. I'm reminiscing people. Yeah, but yeah, this was a small town, a very, very small town. Yeah, so it took me like a half an hour to go to work. And then I had to get a second job to supplement my, yeah, people, when you go there, money is very tight. Money was tight for me. Yeah, relocating costs money. And, but, the weather is pretty and everything, but it is expensive there. Um, yeah, it was important to me to do, oh, look at that, okay, Lahaina post office. Okay. Yeah, I had to go to there's another post office further up the road. It would either take me 2 or 4 hours each way to walk there. Yeah, my feet was on the highway. My feet were killing me, boy. It was really tough. It was really tough for the first few months, and then eventually I did get a vehicle, you know. But yes, Lahaina, this is the time of Lahaina. There's a lot of good things about, there are a lot of good things. Yeah, born Annabelle Mansion. Oh, I don't know, but let's know. Yeah, it's been about 22 years since I left Maui. Yeah, there were some really nice things. I mean, yeah, Maui is like, see, let me put up one. See, everywhere you look, see, it's a beautiful place. See, these are all mountains. It's a high peak. So anywhere you look, if you look to your right, you see beautiful mountains. and then you look to your left, you see ocean. So no matter, everyone has a beautiful view. Everybody. And that's what's special about this type of island because you all have a good view. And I had an opportunity also to work in Kapalua. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I think this is the prettiest uh, location in Maui. They have beautiful resorts there. And let me see, they have this, yeah, Kapalua. And there was a road that I would take. They had pine trees. This is a fancy, real fancy here. Oh, Flemings! Yes, Flemings Beach. Oh, yeah. There's a Flemings Beach, and then there's a JF, or something like JF Flemings, or something like that. These initials Flemings, which was really nice too. It was right next to this. Oh yeah, the Ritz Carlton. Yeah, yeah, it's right. Yeah, I remember it was right near there because there's two Flemings beaches. I remember. Let me just see if there's another Flemings thing. Yeah, this area is the prettiest on this island. It's absolutely breathtaking. Oh, this could be maybe this is actually it. It just looks different. Yeah, see, on Flemings Beach they have trees on the beach, trees and grass. Yeah, this must be it. Yeah, the restrooms. Yeah, yeah, these are pine trees, and they have these red, what we call cardinals. These beautiful cardinals, and you can feed them with your hand. Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. And they have some benches here. You can have your lunch there. You're on the table, and it was neat because they had the pine trees and grass. So if you don't want to get on the sand, you can go on the grass. That's how I remember it. Yeah, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, this was my favorite section on the island. It's the most beautiful, and the resorts here, Kapalua. It's called Kapalua Bay Hotel. Yeah, Kapalua Beach, and I think they must have changed the name. It was a resort, and yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous people. Oh, if you could get a place there, man. I mean, what's really weird about all this for me is that, yeah, I used to live in Maui, and I left in 2001, and then early this year, you know, things here in New York City is really getting bad. And I was thinking, I made some phone calls. I'm a veteran, and I called up this veteran center in uh, in Hawaii to find out about the housing situation there. And I told them I used to live in Maui, and I'm thinking about coming back. And what is the housing situation? They said it's bad, and it's more expensive. Yeah, isn't that something? So here you had that particular thing that started 3.5 years ago, and a lot of people, they couldn't, everything was shut down. So it's just one catastrophe after another. It's awful. So you had that particular thing from 3.5 years ago, people unemployed, and then now we're coming back maybe a year in the recovery. And then boom, I believe that I, I, I feel it's suspicious. Yeah, yeah, it was nice. And then I had another place that I lived, but I don't remember the address. But it was on this road here that you see. It was a nice place. Looked like a new building, but man, you would burn up. Yeah, it was a pretty, I think, three-story building, and it had a nice garden and a little jacuzzi. But I had to leave. It was getting too much for me. The money. Yeah, when you're in Hawaii, baby, uh, you're gonna be really counting your money. It's very tight. Money, things are very expensive, and yeah, I'm concerned about the people. So let me get out of this. Yeah, I'm concerned about the people's access to food and all that. Yeah, food is a premium there in Hawaii, and housing. Um, this catastrophe is going to affect people for years. I mean, the 9/11 thing that happened in New York City um, took years to recover. But these people here, they have less resources. Everything has to be imported, and the cost of everything, cost of food. I feel sorry. I feel badly. I feel badly here. Boy. Um, yeah, I just had to get this off my chest. I wanted to again share with you some of the places that I lived and worked and everything. Um, because now it's all gone. It's all gone. I did console myself a little bit today. I found a video that someone did a year ago, showing Front Street and showing the places. What's really ironic, they started the video of the restaurant, my very first job on the island, and then at the end of the video, he, showed the same restaurant again. So it was really, really nice. Yeah, that particular restaurant did close some years ago, but they located somewhere else. Um, but it was a landmark. The building is a landmark, you know, and people used to go and would have live music on the top floor. Yeah, it was a place where people could hang out. Yeah, Lahaina was a place where people who want to party and drink. I'm not into drinking, but it was a place to congregate. Yeah, yeah. I'm very suspicious about the how could the fire start simultaneously in three locations, and then knowing that at least 5:45 you get people jumping into the water. People were instructed to jump in the water and that they would be rescued, but not letting the town of Lahaina know, not even getting boats on the shore or to get the people out. They really screwed up. I know people don't want to hear that, but someone there was sitting on their hands. Someone there was sitting on their hands to, um, they had blood on their hands. The people behind this. So, oh God, I mean the number of casualties is growing. 60 something people now. It's horrible, horrible. Um, yeah, that the economy. of Maui is heavily dependent on that area. And I feel that they were targeted. That's what I believe. I don't believe that how it started was an accident. But yes, flames got fueled by the wind. But how did it start, and why they didn't take adequate steps to evacuate the town? They really screwed up big time. So yeah, so that's all I wish to share right now. And yeah, yeah, as I said, no ka'oi, no ka'oi. That means the best in Hawaiian. Yeah, I like learning little words, the baby words, Hawaiian words like aloha and mahalo. That means like hello and thank you, respectively. Um, yeah, there are a lot of things I did enjoy about the place, about Maui. It is physically beautiful. That is true. Um, Life was challenging financially for me, and there were other things, but I did get to meet a lot of wonderful people there, in a particular family that I knew there. Yeah, yeah, it was Maui. You have to experience. It's a place you have to experience. Now it's probably going to take years. That's a miracle, and the investors. Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna recover. It's gonna take years. People went to Maui to go to Lahaina. It's like, why do people come to New York? You have Midtown. You have the Empire State Building, Times Square. Imagine if just a mile radius here, if something would happen. I mean, God, I don't want to even speak that into existence. Yeah, my condolences go out to the family and friends of those people who perished. My heart goes out to you. Again, if I have offended anybody in this live stream, I apologize. I apologize. But those who knew and did not act on saving those lives, letting people know, ringing the bell. Yeah. So yes, I wish safety and comfort to those people that are still on that island. Peace and love to all the people in the Hawaiian Islands. Yeah, people. Um, I just feel that we have to brace ourselves. I hate to say that. I think this is just the beginning of something that none of us want to see. But let's encourage each other, love one another, love your neighbor, love your family. Peace and love to you all, people. Take care. Aloha